Indy 500. I think we need. This is the biggest race of the year. This is IndyCar, man. This is probably the biggest race in the entire world, in my opinion. I mean, you could say 24-hour Le Mans, you could say Monaco, you could say Daytona 500. I mean, you could say Bathurst. I mean, there's a few races out there, but I think this is the crown jewel event of all crown jewel events. Everybody wants to win Indy 500. Picks, sleepers, what to expect in this race. That's kind of where I want to go with this. I think Alex Palou wins this race. I think I said this a few times in the past podcast. I'm going to stick with it. I think Alex Palou wins this race this year. Like we said, he was the best car last year. I think it was him and Rinus Veekay were the best two cars early in that race. Unfortunately, Rinus Veekay just made mistakes, really messed up Alex Palou. Alex Palou went like a lap down at one point, had to race back onto the lead lap, drove through the field, still finished in the top 5. I think Alex Palou doesn't have the issues he had this year, and I think he takes the Indy 500 for the first time. I have a weird feeling that Penske does not have the speed this year in the Indy 500. I just have a feeling that they're going to take a step back. I really do. I've got a really weird feeling about Penske at the Indy 500 this year. I feel like they're not going to be the team to beat. I think it's going to be Ganassi for sure. I mean, it'd be interesting to see how well Marcus Ericsson does. Now he's moving over to Andretti. I think he's going to take a step back. He's know how competitive he's been the last few Indy 500s. I think that he's going to take a step back with Andretti. And then you got the dark horses in there with McLaren. How good is McLaren going to do? We've seen Rossi win it in the past, and he's been really competitive. Pat O'Ward said he's going to win this Indy 500, and then he's going to Formula One. Like, he said that's his goal this year, is to win the Indy 500, and he's out. He's done. So, well, how much of a chip does he have on his shoulder? And then you got to throw in Kyle Larson. How good can Kyle Larson do? We've seen guys from NASCAR come over and run the Indy 500 before, and they've been successful. Does Kyle Larson be a contender in this race? I mean, that's my biggest unknown. I have no idea what to think about that yet. I feel like he can get in and get into anything and be competitive, but this is a different animal, and it's 500 miles. Can't make mistakes. We saw one simple mistake last year with Alex Palou and Rinus Veekay take the best two cars out of winning that race. We saw Marcus Ericsson control the latter half of that race and lose it on the last lap pass with the shenanigans on the NASCAR shenanigans last year that they instituted. I don't know. I guess I could keep ranting about that, but I think it's Alex Palou. I think it's the man to beat. And what are your thoughts going into Indy 500? Just synopsis. What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, I think that Alex Palou comes into that weekend, or comes into the whole month of May as just somebody with a vengeance. I think that Alex Palou is going to be unstoppable in the month of May. I think that there's nobody else who is going to have that burning passion to win the race other than Alex Palou. I think he absolutely did get robbed last year with some of the pit lane crap that happened. I think that Rinus Veekay obviously is a great choice too. And, he's so fast. Ed Carpenter racing just in general is so fast. Every year we go to the Indy 500. And so I think it's a big toss up between VK and Palou, but I'm gonna go with Palou, and I'm just saying that purely based off of overall talent. We saw at the beginning of the year that Rinus Veekay was extremely good, extremely fast, and towards the end of the year he really tapered off. We didn't see a lot of them, but we continued to see Palou. And I think that just coming off of a championship like that and what he did in 2023 in terms of just how dominant he was, we don't see an end to it in 2024. And I think it continues through the month of May with Alex Palou.
Alrighty, I agree. I like the comparison you made there with was Rinus Veekay has really started off real strong with Palou and then tapered off. I would say it would be the opposite with Christian Lundgaard, right? Christian Lundgaard didn't start too strong, and then he just exploded. If Christian Lundgaard would have been able to maintain that momentum from the last 8 races that he did at the beginning of the season, he could have been there to contend with Alex Palou for the championship. So it'd be interesting to see how he fires off here this year.